So we have to develop short for most projects, relatively short, very short. So that only, how long means you have to say it is relatively short for most projects. One on many projects, if it is more than a week, then the point is inception has been missed. It is decided if the project is worth and serious investigation not to do the investigation in inception phase may include first requirement workshop, planning for the first iteration, and then quick moving forward to elaboration. Next one is requirements organized in UP artifacts. What are the requirements? UP offers several requirements artifacts, use case model, primarily functional requirement, and then supplementary specification, everything not in use case, non-functional requirement, glossary, define networthy terms, that means encompassed the concept of the data dictionary. Data dictionary means data about the data. So like that they provide the glossaries of all the networthy terms. Next, vision, summarize high level requirements. What is the high level requirements? Elaborate in use case model and supplementary specifications. Elaboration, what are all the summarization means to explain overall the things of use case model and the supplementary specifications. Summarize the business case for the project. Then business rules, all also called as domain rules, government tax laws, etc. Example, government tax, like that. All domain rules we have to follow. Next, summarize a short executive overview document for quickly learning the project big picture, that means summarization. The sample inception means vision and business case, describe the high level goals and constraints the business case, provides an executive summary. Use case model means 10% we have to functional requirements need to describe. If you see the use case model, you can able to know all the processing, what are all the vision, what are the business case, what are the scope in your project, we can know through this use case model. Next, supplementary specification means non-functional requirements, that is mostly non-functional requirement. During inception it is useful to have some idea of the key non-functional requirement that have will major impact of the architecture. Next, glossary means data domain terminology, and then data dictionary. Risk list and risk management plan means business technical resource schedule and idea for the migration or response. Prototypes and proof of concepts, they clarify the vision and validate technical ideas. Iteration plan means describe what to do. First elaboration iteration, what iteration is step by step process. First is what we want to do, the first that only they mentioned there. After phase plan or a software development plan. So it is what are all the phase plan, what are the software development plan means low precision guess for elaboration phase during and effort, tools, people, execution and other resources. Development case, a description of the customized UP steps and artifacts for this project. In the UP, one always customize it for the project. These artifacts are only part complete in this phase, only but partially complete in this phase. Partially means what? Half of the completion only going to be done here. Remaining part will be done in elaboration phase only. Next one is they will be iteratively redefined subsequent iterations. Next one is not that a lot of documentation. Recall the artifacts should be considered optional. No need to lot of the documentation need to develop here. So next, choose to create only those that really and value for the project. Drop those if the worth is not proved. We have to really add the value of the project. If it is not worth, we have to add the value of the project. Since the evaluationary development points is not create completely specification during this phase. Create initially rough documents. Those are redefined during the elaboration iterations. Here in inception they create initial and rough documents only, but in elaboration iterations in responsible to invaluable feedback of the early programming and testing. Most UML diagram will occur next phase elaboration. What is the case study of inception means that is introduction for next generation POS with the flexibility to support varying customer business rules, and then multiple terminal and user interface mechanisms and integration with the multiple third parties supporting the systems. Next one is what are the case POS means point of scale products. Point of scale means if you need any product, you want to go to the point of scale where the products will available. That place we want to go and select the product and give a money to buy that product. After paying, you can receive the slip. Through that slip only you get that product from the delivery persons. So that is a business case, not adaptable to customer business in terms of very business rules. They do not scale well as terminals and business increases. None can work in the either online or offline dynamically adapting depending on failures. None easily integrate with many third parties. None allow for terminal technologies such as PDAs. There is a marketplace dissatisfaction within this inflexible state of affairs and a demand for the POS that rectifies this. Next, case studies, glossary. The term is item, payment authorization, UPC, like that terms. They can define the item is the product or the service for sale. The product or service for sale. Payment is validation, unauthorization, authorization, guarantee, payment, the bridge format, bridge oriented, interface oriented formats. Next, UPC means 12-digit code of several supports. So numeric values usually symbolized with the barcode placed like that. The value going to be provided. That means UPC means universal product code. Alias names. Next one is brief format for use case. The story of actor using the system meet a goal process sale. We have to say the customer going to be a process going to be achieved sale process. That process going to be achieved through inception model. What is the steps available here means a customer arrives at a checkout with items to purchase. The cashier uses the POS system to record each purchase item one by one. They can purchase a item one by one. The customer going to be purchase a item one by one. So that will be recorded each purchase item. The system presents the running total line item details. One by one they purchased means the running total will be available in the system presence. Next, the fourth step is the customer enters payment information with the system validates under records. The system update inventory. Inventory means the stock management system we have to update in there itself. After the customer receives a receipt from the system, then leaves with the items. Next one is these are all the use case diagram. This is the basic use case diagram for POS. That means cashier and customer. What are the process available here means buy items, login and refund purchase items. These oval shapes are what? Use case process. That means use cases. What are all the cases available in this use case diagram means buy items, login and refund purchase items. So what are all the persons, actors available here means cashier and customer. This is the box, the rectangle box is called boundary system. The system boundary is what? The rectangular box, that only boundary of this particular POS system.